Thanks. Reed Spencer with Sporting News. Dale, you mentioned a change in the culture at the 5 and 88 shops. Is that more a sense of cooperation, sharing personnel? Could you elaborate on that a little bit?
Well, I think that we really kind of we weren't. I don't really want to speak for everybody that's in the shop, but it really wasn't that long ago when we didn't know what was going to happen with Lance. So the team, myself, the team, everybody really in the shop is unsure about the future of the team, and that just creates so much instability. You know, when you're not sure about something that prominent. So when he was able to, solidify his position and we could move forward knowing this was the deal, this is how it is. Everybody sort of could wrap their minds and beliefs and trusts in that and around that, and we could sort of build back the some confidence and some trust and belief in the team. Now what I see and what the track sees, what the fans see, and what you guys see is mainly the road team. But there's a lot of guys that work that are dedicated to the 88. But there's also a lot of guys that work on both cars and do a lot within both cars, preparing the suspensions and what have you. And so, sort of getting the belief and the understanding from everybody in the shop, and that meaning that's when I say the culture. That's kind of what I mean in the two cars. And the people that really are intertwined between the two teams, getting them all kind of working and believing again in the 88 is what I think's changed a lot. So Lance is telling me, being the guy that's there every day, is telling me that it's completely different, and he seems far more enthusiastic, I guess, about the beginning of the season and what our chances are than I anticipated him feeling, if I had to guess at the beginning of, or at the end of last year. I knew we would make some changes, and I knew we would try again in Daytona this year, but I feel even better now after just hearing him and understanding, how much has changed, how much has really changed. So it helps my confidence that we'll be where we need to be. They made a lot of changes, so they made some changes that I feel really good about.
Hands again, folks. We'll try to get to as many as we can. Let's go Lee, and then go over here to Sean.
I know it's a little different coming from FanFest, but when you pull in here for Speed Weeks, describe the feeling that hits you when you come through that tunnel, particularly at a place where you've been so successful.
Yeah. When I pull into Daytona, I try to it's so modernized and different today than it was when I first came here. But I try to remember, so I try not to really get caught up in the hype that it is currently. I think about the old races that I saw here, whether I saw them on television or whether I watched them on a VHS tape or whether I watched them live. I try to think about when I saw a car come off a corner or a certain car go around 1 and 2 or guys come through the travel or whatever. I think about what that looked like and what all has happened here, and try to remember try to remember the names and the faces of all the people that have came through here and had success and made the sport what it is, made the track what it is. It's really, the track's really impressive, but it's the people who have came through here that really have put it on the map. And so, that gets me pumped up. Thinking about those kind of things really gets me excited, because I want to add to that. I want to add another chapter to all that. And I try to stay away from the energy that is current, the energy that's present at the time, and all the glitz and glamour that's produced for that weekend, and just think about the history and trying to add to that history and trying to be a part of that.
Sean, quickly, you have the last question, then we have to move Dale on his way.
Sean Akers, Anthem Media Group. Dale, I know you touched on this earlier, but your fan base is obviously the most loyal and rampant in the sport. Do you feel an obligation to make the chase every year and to win a championship? And just talk about that. How much you feel for your fans?
Well, there's definitely an obligation to the fans to make the chase. There's an obligation to your sponsors, but to the fans, definitely, yeah. I mean, when I miss a chase, like I have twice, I guess, in the last 3 years, and my math could be wrong, but it's disappointing to me. I feel like I've let them down. I feel like that I've came up short for them, so because they put up they put up a fight with you all year long. They fight every week right there with you, and they argue their way through every day at work with somebody who's pulling against you, and so they they fight their own battles, just like I do out on the racetrack, and so yeah, you feel like you have let them down when you don't make the chase. At least, I mean, damn, you'd hope to make the chase. That's only, that's not really asking a terrible amount from your driver. So, you feel pretty bad. I think that's probably the thing that bothers me the most out of having a disappointing year. I could care less at where I finish. If you don't make the chase, it really doesn't matter. Just I think missing the chase itself is what's the hardest part. Not the fact that we were outside even the top 20. After the chase, really, what more is there to argue about? But you feel like that you definitely start the season with making the chase in mind, but not, the fans are a big part of it. You do it for other reasons too. But at the end of the year, when you do miss the chase, you feel like you can make it up to your sponsors. You feel like you can go home and see your family and they'll understand. But you never really feel like you can repay the fans for being there and being loyal all year long to see you fall short. Yeah, sure.
Thank you very much. We'll see you down the road soon.